Hello there, Kenny Durkin here. This is the result of weeks 4 and 5 of me learning and teaching myself Nomad Sculpt. Nomad Sculpt is a program that I use on the iPad, and the reason why I wanted to kind of teach myself it is so I can get better at drawing, actually, and learn how to do turnarounds better and draw characters and things better and make them more dimensional. And also, eventually, I want to get into 3D printing. So, for this project I gave myself, I wanted to test the limits of Nomad Sculpt and see how far I could go and how much I could tax the iPad Pro because I was just feeding so much information into it. There's a lot of shapes in this thing that was really complicated. Drawing a vehicle, which I'm not good at. I'm terrible at vehicles, so this really helped me kind of understand vehicles better, and hopefully I'll be able to draw them better. And also adding humans to it, and not just any humans, but humans that have equipment. And you'll see later on when I show you Ray, the goggles on his head. That was a lot of geometry that I had to figure out. So all that information, um, my iPad was kind of creaking to a halt there, but I, I kind of maxed it out and figured out how much information it could take. So this is the Ecto One. Um, it's about as accurate as I could make it. I mean, the thing is that working digitally is just like doing artwork any other way. Eventually, you have to stop, or you can just work it and render it and shade it and do that forever and ever. So this is me just kind of stopping because you start to go crazy. You start to add all these little details. I mean, I could have put a whole dashboard in there, and there's all sorts of details that I left out. But I picked this vehicle because I not only had to, I really wanted to push myself. So it wasn't as simple as just drawing a Volkswagen or some simple vehicle. I mean, I say simple, but you know what I mean. It's got all that electrical or scientific equipment on the top. So I had to put all that in there as well. So I think it turned out pretty good. And also figuring out how to put the logos and everything on there too. That's all stuff that I had to figure out. And I just went on YouTube and looked at a bunch of videos, and there's 3 or 4 creators out there that are amazing and really helped out with that. So once I had the vehicle figured out, I started rendering the characters. Now here's Ray, and I gave Ray kind of a high forehead. You'll see here comes the hair right now. It looks really wacky, but that's because I have to account for the straps of the goggles that go on his head. There they are. And it looks pretty Dan Aykroyd-ish. I'll get better at these caricatures. This was just, I give myself these artificial deadlines of a week or 2 weeks so I don't go forever on these things. The next project I do is not going to be this complicated. Um, so that's Ray Stans. He's my favorite Ghostbuster, so I did him first. This is Bill Murray as Peter Venkman. Um, and by the way, with all of these, I'm just showing you the layers. I'm just turning the layers on. You're not seeing all the work that I put into uh, figuring out and pulling out these shapes and sculpting it. I'll try to remember to do that the next time. So you're not seeing all the mistakes that I made and all the failed attempts and all the everything that ended up in the garbage because I screwed it up. So here's Egon. This is by the late great Harold Ramis. I had to figure out how to do these glasses, um, which are um, easy now, but it took me forever to figure them out. Um, and the next one is Winston, and Winston gave me the hardest trouble because I wanted him to have an expression, and a lot of the expressions he gives in the movies, is kind of this questioning or kind of a little bit of mistrust, and I really wanted to get that, and so he's got that kind of quizzical questioning look on his face. I don't think it worked out as well as I wanted it to. It doesn't really look like Ernie Hudson. It looks more like Eddie Murphy or Martin Lawrence. But I got as close as I could in the amount of time I gave myself. Um, and then I had to put the bodies on them as well. And rendering hands is kind of fun. I love drawing hands. A lot of artists are scared of hands. I love drawing the hands. So, and then I also figured out how to make the lights light up with the sirens and everything. So, in the end, it looked pretty cool. I like the way it looked. It kind of has a claymation look to it a little bit. But here it is unpainted and unrendered, which looks kind of cool. I like this. Um, yeah, that's like an unpainted model of it. I like that. It's a neat look. I could leave it like that and it would be fine, but I really wanted to get all the colors in there and everything. And that's it. So I'm gonna peel out of here, and I'll see you next time.